Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you guys want to see how I got this look, then keep watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes with LA Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. And then I'm just going to blend that out over my eye. And then I'm going to use the Luxury Banana Powder by Makeup Revolution to set that in place. Then I'm using a brush from BH Cosmetics. It's the V2 brush, and I'm going to use that to sweep that off my eyes. Then I'm taking my Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I'm going to use this white shade first to just put that all over my eyelid, just to create like a white base for all the colors I'm going to use. Then I'm using the pink shadow at the top, and that's going to go in my crease and a little bit above it. More like a lot above it, but yeah. So I'm just blending that out with a V5 brush from BH Cosmetics. Now I'm using a blending brush from Colourpop, and I'm going to blend that shade a little bit under it. I used a smaller brush just so that it doesn't get everywhere. I kind of wanted it in that spot, even though it's pretty similar to the first color. So now I'm using a Wet n Wild blending brush to blend the purple shade out that I just pointed to. But it's not really going to show up, so I'm going to switch to a Real Techniques smaller brush so that I can put the color there first and then blend it out. Okay, now I'm using a Wet n Wild brush to blend all the colors together. And I'm kind of going to switch back and forth between the Wet n Wild and the Colourpop one, just so that I can really blend that purple in. Now I'm using a blending eyeshadow brush from Nicka K. It's the NB007, and I am using those two bluish purple shades, and I'm putting it on the inner and outer corners of my eye. So basically I'm just repeating the process. I'm putting the bluish colors on the outside, then blending it with my blending brushes, and then kind of just doing the same thing over again until I get it as bright as I want it. Then I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Deep to mark out where the blue color is going to go, the blue glitter. So I'm just putting that in the middle of my eye. So now I'm just setting it with setting powder. And for the shades in the middle, I'm using these two blue shades from the Fenty palette. But I'm going to use glitter primer first just so it can stick down. So I used my finger to put it because at first I used a brush and it wasn't really going on as pigmented as I wanted it to be. And I noticed I had to dip back in a few times, which was kind of aggravating. But then I used an e.l.f. small angled brush to get the parts that my finger couldn't really reach. I didn't want my finger to like get glitter everywhere. So I just put enough glitter on till it looked how I wanted it to look. I'm going back into the Brazil palette and using the two blue shades again with my Real Techniques brush just to blend out the edges of where I put the blue at. The blue glitter, I should say. For lashes, I'm using the Kiss lashes in the style Midnight, and I'm using some black glue from my beauty supply store. I'm just sticking the outer and inner corners of it just to get it down. Okay, so now that my eyes are done, I'm going to prime my face with Skin Rescue's Oil-Free Mattifying Gel. I've been using it for a while and it's pretty good in my opinion. Then I'm just spraying my face with the Mario Badescu Cucumber Spray. Then I'm using the Milani foundation in the shade Chestnut. I believe it's number 13. And I'm using it all over my face. I put it on the back of my hand and just used it from there. And then I'm gonna blend it out with the Real Techniques beauty sponge on the flat side of it. So I'm using my Shape Tape again to highlight the spots that I'm highlighting basically. Then I'm going to use the Real Techniques beauty sponge just to blend that out. So now I'm setting those highlighted spots with the same powder I've been using. And I usually just press it into my skin. I don't really wipe it off. So that's what you see me doing here. So now I'm using the Nicka K Contour Duo on an angled brush. I will put what brush it is in the description box, but I'm just putting it in the desired areas. So now for highlight, I'm using the peach palette and the shade I'm pointing to. And I'm just putting that also in the desired spots. So on my cheekbones, on the tip of my nose, on the bridge of my nose, and such. So now I'm doing the bottom lash line, and I'm doing the same colors in the same order with my Colourpop blending brush. And then I'm doing bottom eyeliner just with a random black pencil. And I did bottom mascara using the Better Than Sex one, but it's not on camera. Then I'm using a Nicka K lip pencil, which I'm realizing now that I have a lot of stuff from there, but I just get it all from my beauty supply store. It's really cheap. And the shade is Wild Cherry, but it appears brown on me. So I'm just outlining my lips, and then I'm just smudging it out with my finger. Then I'm using the NYX Whipped Favorite, I guess it's like a lip cream, and it's in the shade Cocoa Bean. So I'm blending that out with my finger. Then I'm going to go back in with a little bit more. Then I'm basically interchanging the two, going from the pencil to the lip cream until it's the shade I want it to be. Then I'm using a lip gel that's also from Nicka K. What a coincidence. And I'm just putting that over the top of it, trying not to really smudge the two. But that's it. That's the finished look. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.